Hello, hello. Hello. What's up, Losh? First today. Good job. What's up, Wing Chun? How's it going? Hey, Bigfoot. Hello to you. What's up, Fat Wool? How you doing? Malik. Hi, you're early. Hi, early. I'm Lin for me. What's up, Rude Noise? Hola to you. How y'all doing? I just had a big dinner, so I might fall asleep during the stream. Um, if I do, then you guys get to see a sleeping stream. How about that? What's up, Nikki? Nice of you to join. You'd watch. What's up, Casey? How's it going? What did I eat? A bunch of stuff. A whole bunch of stuff. Yeah, if I do a sleeping stream, you guys get to hear my snore. I snore pretty loudly. Yeah, I've recorded myself before. Well, I've used an app that tells you how loud you snore. Yeah, and they had like a scale from like minor to like medium to yeah, mine is like on the high end. A symphony of destruction. Edited with songs over it. Okay. New haircut? I don't think so. I think I had this last week. Yeah. Did I hear my sleep paralysis demon? No. Luckily, I've never had that sleep paralysis. I hear that sounds pretty freaky. Like when people wake up but they can't move. Yeah, I believe there's a yokai that does that. All right. Shall we get into it? It very sucks. Oh, rude noise. You have it? How often has it happened? It's not that scary, but I haven't seen the demons. What? Wait, does everyone in this chat have like everyone has had this happen to them? What the hell? It sounds freaky. Feel something dragging your feet violently towards the door. That's crazy. Happened a lot growing up. Sitting on your couch in the middle of the day. I wasn't even tired. So you were just sitting on your couch and you couldn't move? What the? What do I plan on reading for the next novel? Next novel? Don't know yet. This one is going to go on for a long time. So I'm not sure. Yeah, Losh, that sounds pretty crazy. All right. Wordle. Okay. Can we do a really quick Wordle today? Not the sequel? Oh yeah, probably the sequel. True. True. We'll do the whole trilogy. of Condor Heroes. Um, yeah, I've watched the TV show for this one before, this first book, but I haven't for the second and third one. So it'll be all new to me. Quick Wordle followed by a long Semantle. Hope not. That does mean Heaven Sword and Dragon Saber. Yeah, I haven't watched that yet. I hear that's pretty good. Which version of the adaptation did I watch? I watched the 1983 version, old school, with the awesome music. Okay, that's stuck in my head. He's old. Yeah, I watched the 1983 version when I was 30 years old. It was good times. Too bad choreography for Wuxia adaptation is slow. Oh my god. Yeah, absolutely. Fat Wool, I totally agree with you. Like the old school TVB series. Oh my god. The choreography is so good. I love their fights. Like they're just a joy to watch. Just the fights. Nowadays, yeah, no one knows martial arts. It's all camera movements and energy beams and all that shit. You can't believe I'm 70? Yeah, you know. What can I say? Look pretty good for my age. What's the reason behind it becoming worse and worse? Isn't it just like they don't know martial arts? They don't get people who can do it? Or like maybe it just takes too much work for the actors. Yeah. Yeah, it's so easy nowadays. You just use computer graphics. So I guess everyone relies on that. Okay. All right. Quick Wordle, okay? I'll smash this out in 2 minutes. Da-da. Oh, looking good. Oh, looking bad. Um, Al and hmm. After. No e's not there. Add Adele. Adverb. Add an no. Ally. How about alloy? Ale. Alec. Like smart Alec. Nope. Can't be AE, right? Like ether? Must be E here. So I'm gonna say anime. No. And awake. Oh, I like that. No K though. Awoke. No, no O. Buh. Ache. Ache. Anne. Eve. All right, what is this? Ag. 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 Ad. Adar. Adar. Ad. Adane. Abane. Afane. Adane. Again. 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 Add. Anode. Anode. No O. And anane. Anal. Anal. X. After. No ER. Oh God. Ab. About. A boot. Of. Be AE. Ache. What's an AE word? I feel like it's not. Af. Oh God. Aware. Aware. No R. Awake. Awane. Awabe. All right. Need to. A G. Ah. A gape. A gape. No P. A gate. No T. A gain. A gabe. A gave. A gade. Amaze. A mage. What is this? Adage. 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 Oh! Yes. Okay, how long was that? That was not 1 minute or two. All right. Wasn't that bad? Wasn't that bad? All right, now let's do 5 minutes. Okay, you guys ready? Oh God, too many ads. Adage, tough, hard, difficult, 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 soft, agape, agape, an ape. How about test, jump, fly, swim, plane, car, building, doctor, road, what, place, thing, God, quote, quote, sentence, book, word, Paragraph. Essay. Essay. Document. Homework. School. Speech. Right. Bridge. Monologue. Contract. Oh. An essay, eh? How about a script? I like that. Manuscript. Did we do book? We did. How about a novel? Story? Gangster. Thesis. Punctuation. Okay. Pen. An essay. Essayist. About a writer. Author. Series? About screenplay? Screenplay? Oh, screenplay. Hey. Literature. How about a movie? How about a play? Theater? Theater is not a word. Theater. Novella. Screenplay. Comic. Okay. How about a biography? Oh, higher. Oh, an autobiography. Wait. Autobiography. How about textbook? What? Textbook? Commentary? Drama. A Chinese drama? Biography. Biopic. Oh, higher. Hey. How about documentary? Damn it. History. Prose? About a picture. I'll just bio. Maybe biology. Documentary. Text. Poetry? Poem? Poet? A ghostwriter? About a philosopher? Philosophy? Biopic? Biography? Bibliography? Nope, nope. Biopic? Biography? What about geography? No. Dictionary? Nope. Maybe it's some kind of movie? A play, a screenplay, television, record, historical. A drama. Docudrama. Fiction. Non-fiction. Oh? Biopic. Period. Like a period piece. Documentary. We tried. What about documentarian? Nope. List. Lost. Biopic. Chronicle. Okay. Library. Historical piece. War. A correspondent. Letter. No, letter. Email. Mail. Uh, pen pal. Nope. Scribe. Biology, we tried. Chronology. Timeline. Manuscript, tried. Correspondence. Letter, we tried. A work. Art. Drawing. No. Illustration. No. Biopic. Biography. Life. Literature? Did we try that? Oh, we didn't. Literary. Testament. Oh, like a will. Encyclopedia. Hmm. Tried historical. Biographical. Biographical. Biography. Office. Oh, wait a minute. Office. Room. Building. Bathroom. Work. Employer. Job. How high was work? Work is file. Case. Load. Desk. Hallway. Cubicle. Alimony? Why? Divorce. Oh, okay. Attorney. Lawyer. Separate. Worker. Union. Man. Woman. Employee. Promotion. Promotion? Court. Amicable. Judge. Manager. One sec. Prenup? Hmm. Party. Oh, party. Sitcom. Oh, party's high. Drink. Beer. Sup, Sal? I'm glad you joined. Night. All-nighter. Um, Festival. Fun. Entertainment. Bar. College. Disco. Insane collection of work. Okay, we got biopic, office. Office party. Holiday. Drugs. Giraffe. What if that's really high? Faction. Dance. Floor. Faction. Love. Relationship. Party. Champagne. Oh. Roofie. Oh no. Prom. Oh, Sal, you got a new job. Congratulations. Hey. Yeah, have a good one. Okay, we got party, biopic, office. I can see office party. Santa. Secret. Dumpster. Oh, celebration. Confetti. Oh god. What is this? Party. Biopic. Resume. Interview. Boat. Millionaire. Celebrity. Chairman. Chairman. CEO. Gossip. Chief. Executive. President. Vice. Vice! Is it vice president or is it some kind of vice? Senator. Oh, politician. Oh, getting somewhere. Congressman. Congress. Government. Assembly. Assemblyman? Council? Council member? Politics? Political? Memoir? Nope. Senate. House. We try Congress. Judicial. Republican. Democrat. Getting close. Election. Election! Elect. Presidency. Vice presidency. Elect. Representative. Vote. 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 Voting. Rights. Election season. Electoral? I think we've done president, right? We must have. Yeah. Election presidency. Inauguration? Okay. Inaugurate. Ceremony. Race. Ballot. Debate. Elected. Oath. It's like oath of office. Office. Campaign. Legislator. Oh yeah. Legislate. Justice. Power. Executive. We try that, right? Independence. Declaration. Constitution. Constitution. Corruption. What about democracy? Oligarchy. Okay, I don't think it's one of those. Election. I think election, presidency. Presidency, vice presidency. Senator. Congress member. Congress woman. Okay. Gate. Republic. Corporation. Election. Electioneering. Poll. Oh, nomination. Oh my god. Casey. Good job. Of course. Nomination. Alright, not bad. You guys. Yeah, it got to office and I was like, office? Wait. What does that have to do with anything? Okay. Well, yeah, that makes sense. Good job. Okay, well, for snack, I have this. Boop. Can you see? It's a donut. Yeah. Okay. Kind of a little bit soggy. Let's see. That's a donut, all right. Yeah, just like a normal cake. Nothing special. Very average. Yeah, just like a donut flavor. Rated out of 10, I'm gonna say, I don't know, 6.5 out of 10. How's that? Brought to you by Tokyo Treat. True. Either Tokyo Treat or Sakura Co. Not sure. Where does a person go to play Semantle? I believe Semantle.com. It didn't seem, yeah, it seemed safe. Didn't seem moldy or anything. Didn't have any kind of weird smell. All right. All right. Where is... Chapter 8. Oh, wait, I gotta do a recap. All right, recap. What happened last week? You guys remember? After, that contest for Mu Yi's daughter to find a husband for her, Guo Jing runs off with Wang Chuyi, who is that Taoist master from the Chenjin sect. Wang Chuyi, he tells Guo Jing about Wan Yan Kang's background, that he's the student of Chu Chu Chi, his martial brother. But Guo Jing still doesn't know who Wan Yan Kang is. He doesn't know that he's the guy he's supposed to fight. They leave some money for Mu Yi, who was injured before in that contest. Then they go off to Wan Yan Kang's residence because Wan Yan Kang invited them. So there they meet a bunch of high-level martial artists, including this one guy named Ouyang Ke. He seems to be super strong. Wang Chuyi, the Taoist, he demands that Wan Yan Kang marry that girl because that was the rule of that contest. If you defeat her, you're supposed to marry her. He refused, and he humiliated her and the father. So Wang Chuyi demands that he marry that girl, and he says, "Sure, I'll do it." And he tells Guo Jing to go bring Mu Yi and his daughter here. But when Guo Jing goes to their hotel or wherever they're staying, the inn, the father and daughter are not there. And he comes back and tells everyone they're not there. And they quickly realize that it's a trap. So the father and daughter might have been captured. We don't know what happened to them. But it looks like Wan Yan Kang is not a good dude. He invited them here in the presence of some real strong people. And they want to capture Guo Jing. But Wang Chuyi defends him. However, there are too many strong people there. Wang Chuyi, he's not sure he's up to the task. And in the middle of this, Ho Tonghai, one of those guys on Wan Yan Kang's side, he decides to demonstrate his skill, his martial arts skill. And he jumps headfirst into this pile of snow. And he stands on his head upside down in the snow to show that he could hold his breath for a really, really long time. I don't think it told us how long he stayed there, but apparently it was a pretty long time. Yeah, and that's where we stopped. How's that? That's kind of a weird chapter. All right. You ready? All right. Chapter 8, Part 2. So Ho Tonghai, here he returns to his seat. Guo Jing saw that there were remains of snow on Ho Tonghai's head and couldn't control himself. He said, "Third Master Ho, there's snow on your head." Ho Tonghai angrily retorted, "I am known as the three-headed dragon, but I am not third in position. Why call me third master? Even if I am fourth master Ho, how is it any of your business? How would I not know if my head has snow? I wanted to wipe it away, but now that you asked me to, I will purposely not wipe." What's wrong with this guy? The warm temperature in the room caused the snow on his head to melt, and drops of water flowed down Ho Tonghai's head. But he was a stubborn man who kept to his word, so no matter what, he did not even try to wipe the water off his face. This guy is a very stubborn guy. Sha Tongtian said, "My martial brother's skills are rough and clumsy. Please pardon him." With that, he stretched his hand into a plate, grabbed some melon seeds, and the seeds were shot out in a straight line with a flick of his middle finger. The seeds were stuck into the snow pile which Ho Tonghai had earlier built, and formed a huang word, the word huang, which is yellow. The snow pile was quite a distance from Sha Tongtian's seat, and yet he was still able to form a word on it neatly with the mere use of melon seeds. His eyesight and accuracy was indeed amazing. Wang Chuyi thought, "No wonder the Dragon King of the demonic group rules the Yellow River. His skills are indeed spectacular." Turning his head, he saw that the snow pile had another wave of seeds, forming the word river and the word 9. It seemed like Sha Tongtian wanted to form 4 words, reading Huang He Jiu Chu, which is 9 tunes of the Yellow River. Peng Lianhu laughed out. "Ha ha ha ha! Brother Sha, I cannot help but really admire your remarkable finger skills. Let us make a deal. Since this elder Wang wants to study our skills, I will borrow Brother Sha's finger skills to display some of my skills." With that, he flung his body and landed near the doorway. At this time, Brother Sha had already shot out the rest of the seeds to form the remaining chu word, which is song. But Peng Lianhu suddenly stretched out both arms to catch the seeds. It looked as if he were picking the seeds from midair. The seeds were tiny and traveled at an amazing speed, but Peng Lianhu did not miss out a single one and had them all in his palms. The audience broke into praises, and Peng Lianhu returned to his seat with a smile. Sha Tongtian then only managed to finish forming the word song with the seeds. Peng Lianhu's sudden display did steal away some of Sha Tongtian's limelight, but the two were very close, and Sha Tongtian did not seem displeased and even smiled a little. It turned out to he turned to Ouyang and asked, "What does Mr. Ouyang plan on displaying so as to enlighten us inexperienced people?" Ouyang heard the sarcasm in Sha Tongtian's words and knew that he was still sore at him for interrupting his hits earlier on, and thought hard on what to display so as to allow Sha Tongtian to admire him. At that moment, the servants brought up 4 types of desserts and replaced the used chopsticks with clean ones. Ouyang snatched up the used chopsticks, and with a wave of his hand, 20 chopsticks flew out at the same time, stuck into the snow, and neatly formed 4 shapes of 4 flowers. To snatch a chopstick up and stick it into the snow with a wave is child's play, but to form the shape of a flower neatly, using 20 chopsticks, was very difficult. This skill was deep and complex, such that Guo Jing and Wang Yang were not able to comprehend them fully, but people such as Wang Chuyi and Sha Tongtian were secretly in praise. In view of the high experts, Wang Chuyi thought, "One of them is already quite a hassle, and yet there are so many grouped here together. Why, even people like young chief of the White Camel Mountain, Supreme Virtue, Ling Zhi, and Ginseng Immortal, who do not reside in the Central Plains, are here. There must be some suspicious plan going on." The Ginseng Immortal, Liang Zhi Wang, laughed as he stood up before acknowledging the rest and reached the center of the room with light steps. He stretched out his right foot and landed on the chopsticks, which Ouyang had stuck into the snow. No, he's standing on chopsticks. On the snow. He's like Legolas. Then he started his display of skills, hugging the moon, two gentlemen up the hills, pulling arrow stunt, turning without shoes, and displayed his sparrow-light fists. His feet looked like he was jumping one moment and flying at another moment. Every step he took would end by landing on top of the chopsticks. After his giving way to step on a tiger and retreating to wrap it up, Liang Ziwang finished displaying his sparrow-light fists, and the amazing thing was that the 20 chopsticks were still neatly in place as before. With a constant smile on his face, Liang Ziwang retreated back to his seat. The hall exploded into applauses, and even Guo Jing gave his praises. At this moment, the banquet was over, and the servants brought up golden bowls of warm water for the guests to wash up a little. Wang Chuyi thought, now it remains superior virtue, Lingji, to display his skills before they all attack together. Wang Chuyi glanced at him, only to see him still dipping his hands in the water slowly, disregarding everything else. After everyone finished washing, his hands were still in the bowl of water, as if thinking of something. Everyone was feeling curious, and after a while, steam started to rise up from his bowl of water. The bowl gave out some noise before bubbles rose from the bottom of the bowl of water, as if water was boiling. Wang Chuyi was secretly anxious. His internal energy is powerful. I have to grab the chance to attack first. Seeing that all the attention was focused on Lingzi, Wang Chuyi thought, I have to take them by surprise and make the first move to gain the upper hand. Suddenly, he flew forward with supreme speed, caught and pulled Wang Yankang away with his right hand before sealing the back of Wang Yankang's acupoints. At that moment, Xiao Tongqian and the rest were taken back by surprise and did not know how to react. Wang Chuyi picked up a bottle of wine with his left hand and said, to be able to meet up with so many heroes today is my honor. Let me give everyone a toast. Wang Chuyi used the bottle to serve wine. With that, he drank a large mouthful and spat out, drops of wine landing into everyone's cups. No matter whether the person's cup was near or far away from him, whether the cups were half filled or empty, the wine kept landing beautifully into the cups, and every cup had the same proportion of wine. There was not a single drop of wine spilled or wasted. Wow. So he drank and spat out drops of wine into everyone's cups. That's a pretty cool party trick, actually. From the way Wang Chuyi spat the wine, Superior Lingzi knew that he had excellent internal energy, and he was still able to carry the wine bottle in one hand while holding Wang Yankang in another. Although they knew that it was possible to attack Wang Chuyi at this moment, no one dared to, in fear of Wang Yankang getting hurt. Lastly, Wang Chuyi served wine for himself and Guo Jing, and raising his cup, he said smoothly, I have no animosity towards everyone, and I have no strong relations to little brother Guo. But seeing that he is compassionate, heroic, and has a backbone, I want to plead with all present to let him go on my behalf. Everyone was silent. Wang Chuyi continued, if everyone is able to be magnanimous, I will free this little prince. A royal descendant in exchange for a commoner is a very good deal, right? Liang Wang laughed. Ha 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 ha. Since Taoist Wang is so easygoing, it's a deal. Without a moment's hesitation, Wang Chuyi released Wang Yankang. Wang Chuyi knew that although these people were well known for their evil, cold-blooded, unorthodox methods and underhanded means, They would not dare to break their promise and attack in front of so many other fellow Wu Lin experts, in fear of tarnishing their reputation. Bidding farewell, Wang Chuyi pulled Guo Jing's hand and said, "I'll bid farewell from here, and may we meet again." The crowd, watching their praise escape from the trap, but not being able to stop them, sighed with pity and looked crushed. Wan Yankang recovered himself and laughed. "Ha ha ha! Taoist Wang is superior. Please feel free to visit any time, so that I can learn from the great elder." Wang Chuyi snorted. "I haven't solved our problem. We will definitely meet again." They walked towards the doorway when Superior Lingzi suddenly said, "Taoist elder has brilliant skills which I am in awe of." He joined his palms in a prayer position and bowed. All of a sudden, he released both palms in the air and dashed forward with all his might. Ah, he's not going to let him escape. Wang Chuyi also pushed out both his palms in defense, using the internal energy which he had cultivated for more than 10 years to meet Superior Lingzi's blow. Just as they were about to meet and exchange blows, Superior Lingzi suddenly switched from internal to external energy and used his left palm to grab Wang Chuyi's wrist. In a flash, Wang Chuyi reacted swiftly by grabbing back his opponent's wrist. Both sides used the utmost force, and both wrists met briefly before separating. Superior Lingzi's face paled, but he forced himself to say, "I really admire Taoist's skills." Before retreating back, Wang Chuyi laughed. "Habit is famous throughout Wulin, but why do you not keep your word?" Superior Lingzi was furious and spat out, "I wanted to make you stay behind, not that Guo rascal." He had received a blow from Wang Chuyi and was injured. If he had quietly sat down to recuperate, it would not have become serious. But being mocked by Wang Chuyi had made him furious, and he had not finished talking when he started to vomit out a mouthful of fresh blood. All right. The first blood vomiting. Wang Chuyi did not dare stay any longer, and taking Guo Jing's hand quickly made his way out. Sha Tongtian, Peng Lianhu, and the rest did not want to break their promise, and seeing that Superior Lingzi had suffered, they did not dare go forward to stop them. Wang Chuyi had quickly left and was quite a distance away from Prince Zhao's residence before he turned back to check whether there was anyone behind. When he confirmed that there was no one, he lowered his voice and said to Guo Jing, "Carry me back to the inn." Hearing his weak voice, Guo Jing was shocked. He later studied Wang Chuyi and realized that the latter's face was very white, and he looked very sick. It was a vast difference from the quick and swift Wang Chuyi from earlier. Okay, so is he gonna die, guys? What do you think? Guo Jing hurriedly asked, "Taoist Wang, are you injured?" Wang Chuyi nodded and could not balance himself properly. Guo Jing quickly lowered his back to carry Wang Chuyi and hurriedly ran to a large inn. He was about to enter when Wang Chuyi whispered, Find the most desolated and smallest inn." Guo Jing thought for a while and then understood that Wang Chuyi was afraid that enemies may be looking for them, and if they really met rivals, with Wang Chuyi injured and himself so lowly skilled, they would definitely lose. With that, Guo Jing lowered his head and started running to look for another inn. Guo Jing was unfamiliar with the roads and headed for routes with very little people. The further he walked, the more deserted the road seemed. He could feel Wang Chuyi's breath getting weaker and weaker before finding a very small inn after much difficulty. Guo Jing saw that the inn was small and dirty, but fearing for Wang Chuyi's safety, he immediately dashed in and placed Wang Chuyi down. Wang Chuyi said, "Find me a big tank of water. Fresh, clean water. Hurry, hurry up." Guo Jing asked, "Is there anything else?" Wang Chuyi remained silent and just waved his hands to hurry Guo Jing. Guo Jing hurried out of the room, asked a waiter to help him prepare the water, and gave him some money to do so, before rewarding the boy with some coins. Ever since Guo Jing came to the Central Plains, he came to understand the importance of bribing. Very important. The inn boy was overjoyed and hurriedly fetched a huge tank and filled it with clean water. Guo Jing went back to inform Wang Chuyi that the water was ready. Wang Chuyi responded, "Good, good child. Now carry me and put me in the water. Don't allow anyone to come here." Guo Jing did not understand why Wang Chuyi wanted to do this, but he did as he was told. The clean water covered Wang Chuyi's head, and Guo Jing instructed the inn boy to keep everyone out. Wang Chuyi sat quietly with his eyes closed and breathed urgently. After a while, the water turned black and color began to return to his cheeks. Oh, did he expel all the toxins? Wang Chuyi said to Guo Jing, "Help me out and change the water." Guo Jing changed the water before helping Wang Chuyi in again. It was after a while before Guo Jing learned that Wang Chuyi was using his internal energy to force out the poison inside of him, and to allow the poison to float in the water. Guo Jing changed the water 4 times before no more poison came out, and the water stayed clear. Wang Chuyi finally smiled and said, "It's okay now." He climbed out of the water and sighed, "Hey, this llama's skills are deadly." Guo Jing was relieved and asked whether there was poison on the llama's palms. Wang Chuyi replied, "Yes, I have seen the poison sand palms many times, but this is the strongest one yet, such that it almost cost me my life." Guo Jing replied, "Luckily you are all right now. What do you want to eat? I'll ask the inn boy to buy." Wang Chuyi asked Guo Jing to borrow some ink and a brush before writing down some medicine formula. Wang Chuyi explained, "Although my life is not in danger now, my internal organs is not fully cleansed off the poison. If I do not cleanse the poison in 12 hours' time, I may be crippled for life." Guo Jing received the medicine formula and rushed out. He saw that there was a medicine shop nearby and quickly asked the owner for the medicine formula. The owner checked his shelves but returned empty-handed after a while and said, "So sorry, you came at the wrong time. The medicine herbs that you are in need of are out of stock." Guo Jing did not wait for him to finish and dashed to find another medicine shop, but to his surprise, the second medicine shop he went to also did not have the formula he wanted. It was the same result even after he went to 8 shops. Oh, did they buy out all of the medicine? Guo Jing grew anxious and angry at this time and ran to all the medicine shops in the city, only to get the same answer, that they had huge stock of the herbs he wanted, but was all bought by someone earlier. It was then that Guo Jing realized that the people in the Zhao residence must have guessed that Wang Chuyi needed the medicine for his injury, and thus purposefully bought up all the medicinal herbs so as to harm Wang Chuyi. How many medicine shops does this town have? Hey, they're very into healthcare in this town. Dejected, Guo Jing returned to the inn and told Wang Chuyi what had happened, and the latter responded with a sigh and also looked dejected. Guojing was so miserable that he leaned on top of the table and cried out aloud. Wang Chuyi laughed. Everyone has to die sooner or later. It is up to heaven. We have no say, and anyway, I may not die. So why all this crying? And he started singing. What the? Did not expect that. Guojing dried his tears and looked better. Wang Chuyi laughed out loud and sat upright on the bed before using his strength to recuperate. Guojing did not dare to make any noise and crept out of the room. He suddenly thought, if I rushed to another nearby city, they may not have finished buying up the medicine. Happily, he was about to set off when he saw the inn boy running towards him with a letter. On top of the letter, spelt, please read it yourself, Big Master Guo. Guojing felt curious and wondered who would write to him. He hurriedly tore open the letter and shook open a white piece of paper which wrote, I have something urgent to tell you. We'll be waiting for you at the river, which is 10 meters west away from the city. At the bottom of the letter was a vivid drawing of a little beggar who was laughing. It was Hong Rong. Ooh. Hong Rong to the rescue. Guojing thought to himself, how does he know that I am here? And turned to the inn boy. Who sent this letter here? The inn boy replied, it was sent here by a wandering commoner. Guojing returned to his room and saw that Wang Chuyi was stretching his limbs. He said, Taoist Wang, I'm going to the nearby cities to buy the medicine. Wang Chuyi answered, if we are able to think of this, they would be able too. There is no need to go. Guojing would not give up and was determined to try. He thought, Brother Hong is so intelligent, so I will ask with him first. He told Wang Chuyi, my good friend wants to meet me. I will immediately return after meeting him. And with that, he showed the letter to Wang Chuyi. The latter thought a while and asked Guojing how he knew this fellow. Guojing related the story to Wang Chuyi, and the latter thought, I saw how this fellow tricked Ho Tong Hai. His skills are very weird and unusual. He turned to Guojing and said, you must be careful. This kid's skills is much higher than yours, and his skills seem unorthodox. Up until now, I cannot guess his origins. Guojing replied, he is my best buddy, so he will not harm me. Guojing, so trusting. Wang Chuyi sighed. Hey, you have not known him for long. How can you be sure whether he is your best buddy? He may be petite in size, but if he wants to trick you, you won't be able to defend yourself. Guojing was not the least suspicious of Hong Rong and thought to himself, Taoist Wang says this because he doesn't know Brother Huang's character. And with that, he kept singing praises of Hong Rong non-stop. Wang Chuyi laughed and said, all right, go then. Young people must meet some danger so as to gain experience. This person, seeing his figure and voice, he is not a... Can't you tell? Wang Chuyi stopped here and just shook his head. What do you guys think he means here? Can't you tell? Guojing placed the sheet of medicine formula in his pocket and ran out. When he reached the outer city, he could see snow, but it was isolated all around. He walked 10 meters west and some reflections of water. It was indeed a small lake. The weather was not the coldest, so the lake was not frozen. Flower petals covered with snow floated on the water, and beside the lake were rows and rows of plum trees. The plum flowers looked magnificent beside the snow flowers. Guojing could not see anyone about, and for an anxious moment he thought, "What if he waited for me too long, and so he left?" and began to shout out loud, "Brother Huang! Brother Huang!" Guojing suddenly heard a sound and turned around sharply, only to realize that it was made by river birds. Guojing was very disappointed and called out 2 more times before thinking, "Maybe he hasn't reached yet. I'll wait for him here then." Sitting down by the lake, Guojing thought about Hong Rong. Then he thought about Wang Chuyi's injuries and was in no mood to enjoy the sceneries. Besides, he was used to seeing snow as he grew up in Mongolia, and did not bother to look out for the differences in landscape between Mongolia and the Central Plains. He waited for a long while and suddenly heard some noises among the trees. Feeling curious, he walked over and heard a rough voice. "Why still act like a big brother when all of us, including you, wasted time just now?" Another voice answered. "Damn it! If it were not for you being such a coward, we would have won. We would have won if the 4 of us ganged up on one." Another one answered. "What's the big deal when you even tripped while running it away?" It sounded like the 4 demons of the Yellow River. Guojing summoned all his courage and stepped into the trees, only to see no one. He suddenly heard a voice. "If we fought up front, how can we lose? But who we have thought that the little beggar had what? But who would have thought? But who would have thought that the little beggar had so many tricks up his sleeve?" Guojing looked up and saw 4 men dangling in midair, swinging to and fro, yet squabbling non-stop. It was indeed the 4 demons of the Yellow River. His heart jumped for joy as he knew that Hong Rong was nearby, and let out a laugh before asking, "Hey, are you guys practicing your lightness skill again?" Jian Qing Jian retorted angrily, "Who says that we are practicing our lightness skills? Haven't you any eyes to see that we were hanged here?" Guojing laughed out loud, and Jian Qing Jian angrily tried to use his leg to kick Guojing, but how could he when the distance between them was so huge? Ma Qingxiong scolded, "Rascal! If you don't go away, I will pee on you." Okay. Guojing laughed till he could not stand up straight and said, I stand away then. Your pee can't reach me." Suddenly there was a sound of gentle laughter, and Guojing turned around, only to hear the splashing of water and see a leaf floating down from a tree. Then he saw a girl at the tail of a boat, rowing gently. She had long hair beneath her shoulders, was dressed in white from head to toe, and had some golden pins in her hair, which shone like fire amongst the snow. Guojing saw that the girl's dress looked like a fairy and was dumb. I think he was dumb, not the dress was dumb. The boat slowly rowed nearer, and he saw that the girl was barely 15 or 16 years of age. She had very smooth skin that was as white as snow, a beautiful color on her cheeks, and had an incredible beauty which was incomparable. Guojing was struck by her amazing beauty and retreated a few steps before turning away, not daring to look at her. The young girl tied the boat near the bank and called out, "Brother Ching, come on board." Guojing was astonished and turned around, only to see the girl smiling sweetly and her robe floating gently in the wind. Guojing felt like he was in a dream and used both hands to rub his eyes. The young girl giggled and said, "Why? You don't recognize me?" Guojing thought that she sounded like Hong Rong, but how can a dirty and lowly male beggar suddenly transform into a beautiful fairy? He couldn't believe his eyes. Nah, good job, Rude Noise. You figured it out. Not a boy. All right. I think it's a good time for a 5-minute break. I will be right back. All right, we are back. Casey, is she his betrothed? You would think he'd recognize her. No, she's not his betrothed. She's Hong Rong. She's a different girl. Gorging a dumb egg. True. He heard the voices of the 4 demons of the Yellow River behind him, shouting, "Little miss, help us to cut off the ropes that are hanging us up. Let us down. If you help us, I'll give you 100 taels of gold. Each one of us will give you 100 taels." Tails? It's spelled Tales. They'll give her 100 stories. "You'll get 400 taels altogether. We can even give you 800 taels." The young girl ignored them and smiled at Guo Jing. "I am your brother Huang. Why, don't you care about me anymore?" Guo Jing studied her face and saw that her features were exactly the same as Hong Rong's, and stuttered. You. He only managed to say the word you before stopping. Hong Rong gave a little laugh and said, "I'm actually a girl. Who asked you to call me Brother Huang? Hurry, come onto the boat." Guo Jing felt like he was dreaming. He moved forward a little and tripped onto the boat. On the other hand, the 4 demons kept making a whole lot of noise in the background, raising the price of their reward higher. Hong Rong rowed the boat to the middle of the lake, brought out some dishes and wine, and giggled. "And don't you call me Sister Huang. Call me Wronger. My dad always calls me that." Guojing suddenly remembered something and said, "I brought some cakes for you." He took out the cakes that Wang Yan Kang gave earlier, but because he had carried Wang Chuyi, took care of the latter and ran all around trying to find the medicine, that the cakes were already smashed up into little pieces. Hong Rong saw the smashed up cakes and laughed softly. Guojing reddened and said, "It can't be eaten now," and was about to throw the smashed cakes into the water when Hong Rong stretched out her hand and took the cakes from him before saying, "No, I like to eat it." Guojing was surprised, but she had already placed a small piece into her mouth and started eating. After watching her eat a few mouthfuls, his eyes grew red and tears started forming slowly. He didn't understand her actions. Hong Rong said, "My mother died ever since I was born. No one has ever remembered my likes and habits so well before." And a few tears flowed from her eyes. She took out a clean handkerchief. Guojing thought that she was going to dry her eyes. Okay, so this is her eyes grew red, not his eyes. She took out a clean handkerchief, and Guojing thought that she was going to dry her eyes, but she used it to wrap the smashed cakes instead, and placed it in her pocket before turning back to him with a smile. "I'll eat it slowly." Guojing did not know much about romantic relationships, but he felt that Brother Huang's actions were very special and unique. He asked her, "You said you had something important to tell me. What is it?" Hong Rong giggled. "I wanted to tell you that I'm not Brother Huang, but Wronger. Isn't this important?" Guojing smiled and said, "You are so pretty like this. Why disguise as a little beggar?" Hong Rong turned her head slightly and said, "You say I'm pretty?" Guojing replied, Yes, very beautiful, like the fairy on top of our snowy mountain. Hong Rong laughed and said, You've seen a fairy? Guojing said, Of course not. If I've seen one, how can I still live? Hong Rong asked, Why? Guojing replied, The elders in Mongolia always says that whoever sees the fairy would never want to return back to the grasslands again. He would just stay in a daze and freeze to death after a few days. Hong Rong laughed and asked, Then do you feel dazed after seeing me? Guojing reddened and quickly answered, We are good friends, so it's different. How old is Guojing right now? He's 18, right? Because the fight between him and Yang Kang is supposed to happen when they're 18. So I guess he's like 17 and 10 months or whatever. Hong Rong nodded and said seriously, I know you sincerely care for me, regardless of whether I'm a girl or a guy, pretty or ugly. If I dress up like this, it's not surprising if people are good to me, but you were nice to me even when I dressed up like a little beggar. So you are truly good to me. At this point, Hong Rong was in high spirits and smiled. I'll sing a tune for you, all right? Guojing replied, Can you sing tomorrow instead? We have to get the medicine for Taoist Wang first. With that, he related how the story of how Wang Chuyi got injured and how the medicine was all bought up by Wan Yang Kang. Hong Rong replied, Ah, no wonder you were anxiously going to one medicine shop after another. Guojing thought, She was following behind me. That's why she knew where I stayed. He said, Brother Hong, may I ride your little red horse to buy the medicine? Hong Rong seriously said, Firstly, I am not your brother Huang. Secondly, the horse is yours. Do you think that I would actually take it? I just wanted to test you. Thirdly, you may not be able to get the medicine even if you travel to the nearby cities. Hearing what she said, Guojing felt anxious. Hong Rong smiled a little and said, I am going to sing now. Listen well. Hong Rong gently turned her head, rowed the boat, and started singing in a crystal clear voice. Translator's note. Sorry, I can't translate the lyrics. Okay. Yeah, good for me. I don't have to sing. Guojing listened carefully to each and every word. Although he didn't know the meaning, but Hong Rong's voice was gentle and sweet, such that he felt that he was in a daze. The beautiful scenery gave him a feeling of warmness, one that he had never felt before. Hong Rong finished singing and said in a low voice, This is a song composed by official Sing, which describes the plum flower which blooms after winter. Is it good? Guojing replied, I don't know all these, but the song sounds very nice. Who is official Sing? Hong Rong answered, Official Sing is Xing Qi Ji. My father says that he is a good official who loves his people. When the Jins captured the north and after villains harmed Mr. Yue, official Xing was the only one left struggling to restore our lost lands. Although Guojing often listened to his mother talk about how violent the Jins were and how they would mercilessly killed many Chinese, he grew up in Mongolia and so did not feel so strongly towards the Jins. I wonder if Guojing has below average intelligence or average. Well, he probably has below average intelligence, right? According to everything we've seen. Guojing replied, I have never been in the Central Plains before. You have to tell me stories slowly another time. The most important thing now is to save Taoist Wang. Hong Rong said, Listen to me. Let's play a little while more. Don't worry. Guo Jing replied. Taoist Wang said that if he doesn't eat the medicine in 12 hours' time, he will be crippled. Hong Rong retorted. Let him be crippled then. Anyway, it's not you or me who will be crippled. Guo Jing let out an ah sound and jumped up, saying, This! His face turned furious. Hong Rong giggled. Don't worry. I'll make sure that you get the medicine. Guo Jing heard the confidence in her tone and thought, she is way smarter than me, and besides, I don't have any brilliant ideas, so I should listen to her. So he had no choice but to succumb to her wishes for the time being. They both clapped in laughter when Hong Rong talked about how she tricked the 4 demons of the Yellow River and how she disturbed Ho Tonghai. The colors of white snow, water in the lake, and plum flowers were beautiful. Hong Rong slowly stretched out her hand into Guo Jing's and whispered, I'm not afraid of anything now. Guo Jing asked, Why? Hong Rong replied, Even if my father doesn't want me anymore, you will also want me to follow you, right? Guo Jing answered, Of course. Rong I like being with you. Hong Rong leaned gently on his chest, and Guo Jing felt a sweet scent surround his whole body, surround the whole lake, surround the whole earth. He didn't know. I think that was supposed to sound sweet. He didn't know whether it was the plum flower scent or was it coming from Hong Rong. The two just held hands silently. After a very, very long while, Hong Rong sighed and said, Hey, it's so nice here. Such a pity that we have to go. Guo Jing asked, Why? Hong Rong said, Don't you want to get the medicine to save Taoist Wang? Guo Jing rejoiced. Ah, where do we go then? Where have all the medicine in the shop gone to? The medicine have been bought up by people in Prince Zhao's residence. Hong Rong said, Yep, that's right. So, we'll go to his residence to take it. Guo Jing was shocked. Prince Zhao's residence? That's right. We can't go there. We'll only lose our lives. Hong Rong said, Then can you bear to see Taoist Wang crippled? Or if his injuries take a turn for the worse, do you want to see him dead? Blood rushed up to his face, and Guo Jing replied, All right, but you can't go. Hong Rong asked, Why? Guo Jing replied, Just promise me that you won't go. But he couldn't find a reason. Hong Rong lowered her voice and said, I won't be able to stand it if you continue to worry for me. If you meet with any danger, how do you expect me to live alone? Guo Jing's heart gave a leap, and gratitude, happiness, love dashed into his brain. He suddenly felt 100 times braver and wasn't the least afraid of people like Shi Tong Tian and Peng Lian Hu. It was as if nothing was impossible in the world. He said, All right, we will both go to get the medicine. Both of them rowed the boat to the bank and started towards the city. Halfway there, Guo Jing suddenly remembered that the 4 demons of the Yellow River were still stuck in midair and said, Hey, do you want to release those 4 people? Hong Rong giggled. These 4 fellows call themselves Iron Strong Heroes, so they are very powerful. They won't freeze or starve. Even if they starve to death, the 4 demons of the Plum Forest is superior to the 4 demons of the Yellow River. Yay. Okay. How did you guys like that? That was a cute little chapter. It was pretty short, right? Yeah. Okay. So we find out that Hong Rong is not a boy, but is a girl. Okay, and a really good looking girl, apparently. And now they're together. It was very quick. Yeah, they're lovey dovey now. You like it? That was fast. I know, right? That seemed like a pretty short chapter. Okay, so hey, I feel good for Guojing. Okay, he found a girl. He's still betrothed to the to Genghis Khan's daughter. Okay, yeah. So it'll be very interesting to see what happens with that. Genghis Khan's daughter will not be happy. True. Maybe he gets to marry both. Yeah. How about that? Hopefully the romance lasts longer. Okay, let's hope. They seem pretty cute together. Yeah. She seems to be pretty smart, so she'll make up for his not being so smart. Yeah, and I feel like he's strong, so yeah, so she's has the brains, he has the brawn. All right. She's pretty strong too. Not as strong as him. He's got to be stronger, right? All right. All right, guys. Cheers. She's resourceful. Yeah. All right, guys. Yay. We got a little date. Okay. We got a little romance going on. I like it. Short, cute chapter. All right. Tune in next time to see what happened. Oh, to see what happens next. All right, guys. I love you. Thanks for joining. And I will see you next time. All right. And a dying guy. Yep. All right, guys. Good night. Bye.